Hello and welcome back to another video of Formula 1 Challenge 1995. Today is race 13 of the season, the Portuguese Grand Prix. The previous one was the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It's been an interesting race, though a fairly boring one. Finally, we solved the engine problems, so we didn't blow the engine on the two long straights, unlike in Germany. So today we're trying to get another good result if possible on the Portuguese track. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, head over to the track, do the qualifying session, hope for a good result and see where we end up on the grid for the race on Sunday. Let's go! And here we are with the qualifying session, starting our first hot lap. Thankfully this track didn't change a lot from the 80s, so it wasn't really a big struggle to get used to it. So most of the track is actually exactly the same. So I already kinda had the track layout in mind and just hope for a good result. Good position on the grid, and we're gonna try to hold on to that, but let's see where this time will take us on the grid. So far this track is exactly the same as it was in the 80s, so the change will come right here after this corner where we go a little bit wide as well. So in the old days the corner was a bit further up on the track, where you could see it closed off, and again this part is already the same again. And these last couple of corners I find a bit tricky. I can never get them right and lose a lot of time on them. Again going a bit wide in the final corner, and let's see what we can do with this result. And it's gonna be 1:26, which currently takes us to P2, and we did another couple of laps which were pretty poor, and we just tried another one that was our 7th lap, so you can imagine what the other times were like if we're currently on P7, and that's actually a provisional time. So sector 2 is a bit of a difficult one, and I had a lot of trouble finding the line or doing stuff like this, where I just went way too wide and ended up in the gravel. Well, at least we tried a bit of WRC. In the meantime, Hill gets a pole position with a 1:22. That's an amazing time actually. It's really, really good. And I didn't even dream of being anywhere close to that. Though I think I know where most of the time has been lost. But yeah, it is what it is. Despite all that, it's still one of my favorite tracks actually. I really like racing on this one. Mostly because it's also one of those fast tracks that I really like. And can we get anything better? Yes, so that was provisional P3, and now here we are on the grid. Let's see where we ended up. So Schumacher on P1, followed by Hill in P2, who is followed by Coulthard and the other Williams. So that's so far all the usual lineup. Herbert on P4, Alesi on P5, Berger P6 in the other Ferrari, so they start next to each other. And he still counts as our rival. Frentzen P7, followed by his teammate on P8, Bouillon. And here we are on P9. So we actually got a fairly good qualifying time that took us within the top 10. And we actually been faster than Häkkinen in the McLaren. Panis on P11. We've seen better from him. Barrichello P12, Morbidelli P13, Salo on P14, Lamy P15 in the Minardi. He's doing really great for a Minardi. I'm absolutely surprised. Brundle P16, Gasho P17, Montermini on P18, Eddie Irvine P19, our teammate Verstappen is P20, so again heavily out-qualified by us. Menzel P21, I still have no idea what he's doing. Badoer P22, Katayama P23, Dennis P24, Moreno P25, again well done for the 40s for not being last, and Inoue P26. And here we are ready to start the race. And the lights are out, the race is on, and we're having a good start as per usual. Already up to P6, right behind Alesi. Don't go for the move, well we tried, but he just slammed the door, so there was no chance to overtake. Herbert got stuck behind Hill, so it was easy to overtake him. And then we overtook both Hill and Alesi, and now we're up to P3 right behind Coulthard. No space for the move here, so we just follow him through and chase him down on the fast part. As you can see, again we have a bit of a speed advantage for now, and we go for the dive, get the job done. We're up to P2 right behind Schumacher, so we definitely had a really good start on this race, starting from P9 already up to P2, and it's about halfway through lap 1. Schumacher's got a bit of advantage, but it's still not too big, so he didn't have the chance to pull away from everyone yet. So there might be an opportunity to chase him down. Not here on the final corner and the straight, because, well, that's still a Benetton in front of us. And as you can see, his straight line speed is still pretty good. So we just hope that on the more bending part we'll be able to catch up with him. Just like here, we're already a bit closer. And now we cut most of the gap on this corner. This is a very slow one. And now we're right behind Schumacher. So we just follow him through the straight, this short bend, and then we're getting ready to do the move on the left-hander, which we try. So we're side by side with Schumacher, and he backs off, and we're up to P1. We're leading the race. Awesome, great start. Now we don't have any illusions like holding into this for too long, and we actually did pretty well until lap 7, where we went wide and Schumacher just went past with a very dangerous move. Actually, I was surprised that he didn't take the front wing with himself. So yeah, it's been a bit of a scary move from him. But yeah, at this point the tires are getting worn. But we try to take the risk and just extend the stint as far as possible, just to open up a bit of a gap, since we'll have to do 2 or 3 pit stops. Rather 3 than 2. Well, definitely 3. And he started to pull away. We can still come back here in the corners. And Coulthard is also pretty close in the meantime. And at the beginning of next lap, we go too wide again. That allows Coulthard to take back the position. So now we're down to P3. And we make a big mistake by hitting Coulthard's rear wheel. The car didn't suffer a lot of damage. And we just suffered through the next lap, lap 9, and at the end we just have to come out for a fresh set of tires because this was just impossible to stay out any further. And well, we'll see where we can come back to after the pit stop. And let's see if we can produce another awkward pit stop as usual. Slowly, and no awkward pit stop this time. So that's P16 for now, but Gasho is coming in quickly. And we're still in P16, right behind Brundle. And we try to overtake both him and Salo. We get the job done, so we're up to P14. And it's Barrichello then in front of us with someone else. I think it's the first time in a couple of races where we had an overtake on Brundle that went without any trouble. We didn't end up bumping into each other, hitting each other. Regardless, I still don't think we're going to be BFFs by the end of the season. And now we're trying to go for the overtake on Barrichello, but there is just not enough space left. So we go for a bit of an unorthodox one on this corner, which this doesn't really work. First he goes wide, then we have to go wide to avoid a collision. So we're still on P14 with Barrichello in front of us. And here on the final corner and the straight, he has a chance to pull away, but for now we're a bit faster. He gets the better exit, but it's just not enough to get away. And on the straight we're already a lot faster. He goes to the inside, we go even more to the inside, and we try to go through with the move even on Morbidelli, but that doesn't work. But at least we're up to P13. And now right behind Morbidelli, go for the move on this corner, which works out perfectly. So now we're already on P12 with Lamy in front of us, who's doing an amazing job in his Minardi. And on lap 14, we close the gap to Lamy and ready to overtake him. But here he closes the door, so we're not gonna go anywhere. Again, we're going to go for the straight here. Easy does it. Not much of a resistance from him. So now we're up to chasing Häkkinen, who's on P10 and a bit more than 1 second ahead. And this is the time we managed to catch up with him. And now we're going to go for the move in this corner here, which works out perfectly. Squeeze him out a little. He even goes into the tire wall. And now it's Panis in front of us on P10. P9, sorry. We're in P10. Again, this part of the track he's able to pull away. Just unable to get these corners right, and we actually couldn't keep up with him. And at the end of lap 18 we had to come out for a set of fresh tires. So that's our second pit stop, which means there will be a third one. And around the middle of lap 18 we overtake Irvine, who was on P18. Now we're after Menzel. And I still have no idea what he's doing so far back. He's currently on P17 as we go past him. So now he's down to P18. And then we overtake Gasho as well. He doesn't put up much of a fight. Also, it's a pretty unorthodox place of the track to make any overtakes. But we need to catch up quite a lot of positions. And nothing really happened afterwards. up to lap 25, where we come out to do our final pit stop. And let's see where this will lead us. So that's 9 laps, which we'll have to do, and we'll go through with it. So no more pit stops. We take all the risks. So these tires are able to take about 6-7 laps, so not much worse with the 9 laps. So we just need to extend it by 2 laps. That's still doable, though by the end of it we're not gonna have any grip left. And now at the end of lap 26, start of lap 27, we overtake a couple of cars who were out in the pits. So we're on P15 right now, right behind Mika Salo. And the plan is just the usual, catch up with him, overtake him, and then just go after the car in front of him. We aim for the move here, but he still has enough time to close the door. As he goes a bit wider, we give him a bit of a squeeze and then take the position. We're up to P14 and now are up to our BFF Martin Brundle, whom we chased all the way till lap 31. And now we try for the move, but we're too far. Don't risk such a deep dive. So just follow him through here. And yes, again, we collided with Brundle. At this point, there was no way that I can slow down the car enough not to hit him. So he's definitely going to hate me after this. And we got a bit of front wing damage. As you can see, it's a bit difficult to take this corner. However, the damage is not too bad. I'm actually really happy that despite the 100% damage we play with, we didn't lose the front wing. So we can just keep racing for the remaining 3 laps. We're up to P12 with Barrichello in front of us with a 3 seconds gap. And he actually DNF'd in the meantime. So we're still P13. Oh yes, here you can see Barrichello DNFing, which I think took us to P12, or at least that's what it should be. Could have been better, not a too bad of a race. Obviously we lost a lot of positions due to the 3 pit stops we had to make. But still, it wasn't the worst race. But it proves that we don't have to do near DNF slides on the straight line like we did in Belgium to finish on a poor position. And Schumacher won the race, followed by Coulthard, Hill, Alesi and Herbert, and Bouillon in P6. That's a good job from him. And here's the winner. Absolutely deserved it. Had a terrific race again. So well done to him. And here are the final results. Schumacher, Coulthard, Hill, Alesi, Herbert, Bouillon, what am I talking about? Berger, Panis, Lamy, Morbidelli, Salo, Barrichello, then it's us. So we're still in P13, that's not cool. Gasho, Menzel, Irvine, Montermini, and all the rest of the guys. Hakkinen 26th. Oof. Definitely not a good result. Oh yeah, he's out of the race actually. Well. Okay, so here are the current standings. So we're still on p6. We're actually holding on to this quite well. And Frentzen couldn't get any points, so this is good for us. However, Sober got some points because Bouillon finished in the points on p6. So we're also holding on to a p6 on that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in Germany. Goodbye.